Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Falcons Corner and welcome to 2020. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickard, here with SID, my co-host Chris Sawyer. Chris, Happy New Year, welcome
Happy
back.
New Year to you too, Mike. Got a lot going on this year, don't we?
We do. It's nice to be back on the perch. We
It
were off
is.
for a little while. I know all our fans were missing us.
They were. I was getting emails and texts. Where were we?
Texting, my parents get to see me on TV every Wednesday. They haven't seen me since we last seen me on TV,
Right.
so it's a couple weeks. Hey, Mom and Dad, how are you? Exciting stuff for 2020 we got planned
A
here.
lot of exciting stuff. We had a great year. We're going to recap a little bit too. 2019 and 2020 is looking great.
I'm excited for 2020.
Yeah.
A lot of exciting stuff happening here at Lackawanna College. We'll be able to talk about that in a second with our special guest,
Yep.
athletic director and head women's basketball coach, Joya Whittingon, who will be coming on with us.
Was she making her third appearance on? I think she's taken the spot of.
There's a checklist outside the offices with amount of views and visits to the Falcons Corner. So she's going to be right up there with Duda and
Yep,
Berg.
that's
And now that we mentioned Danny Berg too, we're very excited to.
Yeah, absolutely.
A big addition to the Falcon athletic family. Elijah Daniel Berg was born yesterday.
Yep.
Congratulations to the Bergs.
Yeah, and it's a great thing, and people still talking about him putting on that Santa outfit with the LC head. So, congratulations.
He's leaving a legacy for his son.
He is.
So when his son gets a little bit older, say, "Wow, look at my dad on the perch, part of the Falcons Corner in that suit." That's my dad
Absolutely,
out there.
absolutely.
But congratulations to the Bergs. We'll miss seeing Danny around here
Yeah.
for a couple weeks or so, but he's got a lot of stuff to take care of at home. But as a father of two and as a father of three, there's nothing better than being a parent.
And I hope he enjoys every second he has to stay home and just enjoy every moment.
Absolutely. So we'll be right back with our special guest, Joya Whittingon. We'll see you in a second. Take flight. Hey, everybody. We're back on the Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickard. My co-host, SID Chris Sawyer, here with our special guest, athletic director, head women's basketball coach, Joya Whittingon. Hi, Joya.
Hi.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
How's women's basketball looking?
Well, we had 14 days off, so we had 4 days to prepare for Cheney, heading up there today. We're good. We spent 2 days just really building the fundamentals back and getting their legs under them, and then we kind of went really hard Saturday and Sunday. And I think we're ready to go. We need to play. We're excited. This month of January, we don't have any huge gaps like we saw in the first half. We're on the road first 3 games, and then we come back for a nice stretch with some big, important games.
When did now classes haven't started here at Lackawanna? When did your girls get back into town?
We got back January 2nd, so Thursday.
Thursday. You let them enjoy that New Year.
I did. It's just better. It's easier to get them home or back to campus when their parents have some time off.
Yeah.
So.
And how was their adjustment getting back after being off for about a week and a half or so?
It's actually it's good. That break really helps them. They go home and they remember why they need to be here. So they actually come back. I always kind of like this break. They come back really hungry and ready to go. And there's no lull, so they know that we have a few practices and then we're going to play. So
I know Chris is going to have some questions for you, but just real quick, one of the main reasons why you're visiting us today at the Perch, is talk about a special event we have coming up on one of your home games.
Definitely. So last year we partnered with a corporation called Somebody Someone. It's really important. It's an outreach program for substance abuse. We're going to do that again this year. It's going to be January 21st. It's our Harcum game, so it's always a huge Region 19 game. It just gives us an opportunity to partner with our local college community, the surrounding Luzerne County Police Department, and help raise awareness, because I know this is something that affects probably most of us, if not all of us. I know it's affected my family, a lot of our athletes here and their family, so we bring them in and we really do a nice event. So we'll have a lot of updates for you guys on that getting into next week, but so far it's January 21st. It's our Harcum game. We're partnering with Somebody Someone.
So Harcum would be nice if we get some extra people out here too.
Yeah,
To
definitely.
support the ladies.
It's a big one.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Coach, you talked about the media day upping the schedule a little bit, the competition. You went down to Cape Fear, played some. That second game was really tough. But you're playing Cheney. They're NCAA member. Talk about that too, how you guys are preparing for the step up in competition.
Yeah, they're independent, so it's a great game that we can add on because they're not restricted with their schedule. Anytime we can get out and play a 4-year school and go to a 4-year venue, it helps our kids. So it should be a good game. They played us down to the wire here, and that coach grabbed me after the game. She said, "You're coming up to us next year," and I said, "No problem." So we're excited to go down there. It's a good game for us.
And you've had a couple injuries here late in 2019. How's that looking as you get into 2000? Are your players healthy? Or are you still dealing with some of those injuries?
Yeah, Millie went down up at Mohawk. She was out for a little bit, but she's back.
Okay.
She's looking okay. She's got a slight tear, but she's really tough, and she wants to play, and she knows this could be one of her last opportunities to get out there, and she's a special situation kind of kid. So we just got to use her wisely, and she's good to go. Everybody else, they're coming off 2 weeks, so they got some bumps and bruises just because they didn't do anything.
Well, yeah.
Probably ate a lot of Christmas cookies. But they're good. They're good to go.
Now, let's just talk about what you got coming up the rest of the week and maybe even next week, schedule-wise.
Yeah, so we're at Cheney. We go on the road to New Rochelle. We're playing Monroe Express. We're on the road at Raritan, which is always a tough game up there, and that's actually where the region championships are. So it's good that we're getting up there. We'll play up there. It's a nice gym. And then we're home. So we have not been home. I have people texting me all the time, like, what is up with your schedule? You guys are on the road, on the road, on the road. But we have a stretch at home where we see ASA. I think then we go Harcum, Union, Monroe College. And that'll be a huge, really important stretch. We put a big goal on them coming into the new year where we don't want to lose on this floor back here. So that's the goal, and they just got to fight for it every night.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Well, being back home, it's great because we can live stream everything now.
Exactly.
And that's some of the things we've missed with them being on the road. Sometimes we can't see that, so excited people who can't come out, we can have them on live stream, which we've been doing a lot this year.
Right. And you might have to have the fill-in voice of the Falcons on one of those home nights. I know, and, so it's and Chris or Eric might have to step up a little bit too. But we won't let that deter. They are.
Don't make it permanent, okay?
We thank you for coming on.
Yeah, sure.
We'll have to have you on again. This is you are, like I said, due to Berg, Whittingon, I think, is the new leaderboard.
Is it?
As far as visits on the perch at the corner.
We're getting there.
You're close. You're close.
A couple more, and I'm almost there.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We'll have you on again.
Yep. Thanks guys.
Thanks for coming out. You got it.
Right.
We'll be right back on the Falcons Corner. Take flight. Hey everybody, we're back at the Falcons Corner. This portion of the show is sponsored by Pepsi Max. If you don't drink coffee, Pepsi Max is the go-to drink. Chris, not a lot going on sports-wise the past week or so over the holiday break, but we did rack our brains to come up with a nice top 10 list of stuff that happened here athletically at Lackawanna College. And I think we'll start off with number 10. How about us having a top 10?
I know, it's almost like Letterman, I mean, this is great. We just need a celebrity to come in and read it for us.
Everyone has a top 10. Pretty soon we're going to have a Mount Rushmore of something too. So, but I think what coming in number 10 is what I thought was the LC Fan Network.
Yes.
What a great addition for people to really get accustomed and watch our athletic events.
I mean, it's great. It's put the Falcons Corner on. We've had football. I mean, almost the whole football season with John Mendola doing the games there. But yeah, it's been great. The things that we have going on.
Yep. Televised between, we've had volleyball televised.
Yeah.
Wrestling coming up is going to be televised. Basketball, football, and a bunch of other.
Well, that's the great thing. I mean, if it's here at the Union, it's going to be on.
Right.
We know it's going to be on. So.
And like I said, we talk about views all the time. Those football games, especially the ones down the stretch, we had people watching all over the country that really see what's going on with our football team.
Actually, I looked at one yesterday, and somebody actually commented yesterday on it. So people are still watching. I think it was the ASA game, Miami.
Okay.
But they're still watching those. So that's good. They're going back and watching. Good.
And then number 9, and I specifically put number 9. My number is 9. Okay. I always wore 9. Falcons Corner. Well, so our creation, Eric's creation, the Falcons Corner. Without the fan network, LC Fan Network, there's no Falcons Corner. Falcons Corner number 9.
And I agree. And, it's been fun because we can promote the student athletes and the coaches and what's going on. And what a great time to do it with the national championship, which we'll talk about, I know, on our top 10. But to be able to do that at the national championship, to me, was one of the highlights of this year so far on the Falcons Corner.
And we talk about adversity a lot, too. And here's my adversity going off the top 10 list, because you see, like, in movies and stuff all the time, they'll be like 1, 2, and then they'll stop counting. They'll go like letters. So I'm going to try to stay in order here, right? I'm not going to go like 1, B, 4. So I think number 8, we have the Student Union still being the hub of athletic activity for the Scranton area for local sports and, Region 19 and collegiately. Yeah,
I've been amazed. I was down in Virginia for the Linet tournament, but I watched it and just being here every day, seeing it like this, and then seeing how packed it was. But it's great. And then a lot of high school stuff coming up here again this year, too.
Right. And like I said, between hosting state playoff high school games, district playoff games, and then let alone region championships, So, in the past year, I know like volleyball region championships, women's and men's basketball region championship last year's, so it is the place to be athletically, Region 19 and, District 2, high school Pennsylvania.
But it's also the home of the perch. So, there you go right there.
We'll be selling special tickets to the perch for some bins. But I think that was 7, right? Where am I at here?
That
with
was
the number?
8. That was 8. We're on
See, I
number
knew I was gonna
7.
mess that up, right? I think 7. One of our former baseball players, Connor Perry, from the Bruce Thompson regime, was left here, went to Pitt for 2 years, had a great solid 2 years, and then was drafted in one of the later rounds. I think
round 28, 28
by the Tigers, but a great accomplishment for one of our former players.
Absolutely, and that's what all these guys come here for, to try to go to the D1 and then get drafted.
Yep.
So
it's
great.
And not only that, he's just an incredible person. Still, I think made a visit here just the other day, talked to our women's basketball team. Just dropped in to say hello and let everyone know how much Lackawanna College meant to him on his journey to professional baseball. But then one other one, then I'll let you dig into the top. The top 2 is that our major FBS football recruits has to be in that top 10, because we are getting looks from our guys still. Some of our offensive linemen just got a Texas Tech offer. South Florida, Nebraska, our Penn State guys. So major FBS schools, still coming. Looking at our guys.
Yeah, it's amazing, because we had 11 signed during the early signing period, and now you're right, and actually just picked up an Old Dominion offer. I think that's the Penn State connection.
Okay, yep.
Ronnie going to be the head coach there. But yeah, every day I look on Twitter, there's a new offer with one of our guys.
And like I said, not to sell any other schools short, but Marshall and UMass and Southern Alabama, and all the Florida Atlantic, like all those schools, still trying to reach out and get to our guys, which just means great things
and says a lot about
absolutely
says a lot about the program.
All right, I lost count of the numbers, buddy. So what else
let's
we got
talk.
here?
You mentioned wrestling. We had wrestling national championships last year.
Yep.
Had a number qualified. We had Nate White, I believe, finished 8th in the country. So again, another championship that our teams were going to there for wrestling.
And like I said, and they had a good run. We sent a number of our men out there for wrestling, and I'm excited to see how many we get this year. And then we'll stay on that championship thing. Another one we have in our top 10 is our cross country team, winning the region championship, which was insane. And they faced a lot of adversity throughout the season with the coaching change.
And you were a part of that at the beginning.
I was a little
weren't
bit
you?
a part of that. We got out there for some runs.
Get your ring for that championship.
Listen, we're having a hard time with my agent, so I'll just put that on the list.
We got to get him a jacket. We need a jacket and a pullover first. But no, that was great for them to come back and have a great showing at the team championship there.
Yeah, awesome. And then what else we got on the list?
Well, we got a number of things here, but let's go with women's basketball. Made the Final Four last year.
Yep.
Fell to Cape Fear, but I know our coach Joya Whittingon was Coach of the Year, District O Coach of the Year, and we had some great performances in the tournament too. What exposure! I mean, that you get to go make that big run like that.
Absolutely, they and you weren't here for that, but it was a great run. Atmosphere around campus was really exciting. We had a lot of watch parties for those games. Some really good games. Some of our girls really balled out. I know Bree McAuliffe was on fire for the first couple games early on in that tournament. But to finish 4th nationally and having that core group of girls back is why I think Coach Whittingon has said many times is why the bar is set so high for those ladies.
It really is. All right, we'll go down to 3 here.
I think this is 2.
Is this no? We still got. Well, maybe you're right. It is 2. We got to learn. You had to say. We probably should have said the letters. We'd have been fine.
This is D.
But another one, baseball World Series.
Yep.
Went to Oklahoma.
Yep.
I wasn't here for, but again, exciting. And from what I'm told, their team's better this year than it was last year.
I think so. And talking to some of the staff is that I think they're very excited about their arms. And to me, being a college baseball player myself, is like how important pitching could be. Especially playing baseball up here in the Northeast, where you could have doubleheaders canceled, and then another doubleheader canceled before you know it, you're playing 6, 7, 8 games in a couple days. So the depth of the pitching staff is really important. So they're looking for a big year. A lot of kudos for them too, because they bust out from Scranton out to Oklahoma, which is a feat in itself.
Yes, it is.
And I think they had a little bad luck out there, because I know with some weather, they were, first pitch were 11, 12 o'clock at night.
I heard about that.
They played into the early morning with the way the schedule worked out. So a little bit of bad luck for them, I think, on that road to the national championship. But I think that experience is good. The guys returning are solid players, and hopefully a return trip for Coach McCary.
That'd be great. Talk about being up canceling things. I looked at their schedule. I mean, they are down in the South almost the first month of the season, which I'm learning. Wake up this morning, there's more snow on the ground.
Yeah, it's tough sledding here in the spring. Baseball wise and stuff too. But like I said, that's why that pitching depth is so exciting. And then, however we want to number it, A, 1, 12, 14. I think the highlight.
I think we all know what this is going to be.
Is football playing for a national championship.
The amount of exposure it brought to this school, as we talked about, the major FBS recruits, coaches being on campus, coaches being at practice, the television production, everything. It was just one big, to me, I keep saying infomercial for the school.
It was.
Let alone, and gosh, we were leading 13-10 going in the fourth. So the NJCA called it a game for the ages when they put it back up on Twitter. So, yeah, what a great experience.
15 minutes from being national champions.
We were.
You know, second place isn't bad, though, like we said a couple times. But the guys coming back will have that, that sour taste in their mouth of, of going down in that tough game. And hopefully that is enough fight for them in their off season. Winter's right here. Spring ball is coming up soon. The workouts are starting soon. So, hopefully that fire will still burn and want to get back to national championship.
Yeah, we don't want to make them have to drive. We need to talk to baseball. That would be I'm glad we flew to Kansas. I couldn't imagine bussing out there.
That would be a tough one. But like we said, since the first episode of the Falcons Corner, great things this year with Falcon Athletics. Hopefully we'll have a better 2020 than we had in 2019. It's going to be a tough year to live up to those standards, but with the staff that we have and the team that we have in place here, I see there's no reason why we can have an even better 2020.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
I am. Before we leave the show, we just want to mention everyone too is that our Falcon wrestlers are finally home this Friday. I believe 6 p.m. against Thaddeus Stevens. So if you are a local wrestling fan, get out here and see some great junior college wrestling.
We've got Nate White's 15-0. Jaden Bortz is 9-3. We've got some guys at 8-5. So we've got some guys winning. I mean, they beat Thaddeus Stevens there earlier in the year. Right. So a little rematch coming up. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Finally have some action here in the student union.
Yeah, it'd be nice getting some people back into this building and getting some life back in the back into the facility.
Absolutely.
So make sure you come out and check our Falcon wrestlers this Friday here at the Union. But that's a wrap on our first show for 2020. Maybe a couple more.
Absolutely.
We'll see what happens.
Yes.
All right. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Have a great week. We'll see you next week here at the Perch on the Falcons Corner. Take flight.